Which hosted VoIP services are best for large retail organizations? Well, there's dozens of hosted VoIP service providers. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But which of those are best for companies with a lot of retail sites? There are certain service providers who are better suited for that type of an organization. So if you're working on an IT team and right now your project is looking for a new phone system, you work for a large retail company, this is definitely a video for you. All right, the first thing that I would recommend for a large retail organization is to find a company probably with unbundled pricing. And assuming that your company is not on the phone a ton, if your company's on the phone a ton and almost every extension is live on a call all the time, this may not apply to you, but most large retail organizations have 1 to 2 extensions at every location, and maybe they have 500, 5,000 locations, and definitely not all of them are on the phone simultaneously if you really look at everything from a national basis. So unbundled pricing, what that means is that users or extensions are priced separately than call paths. So typically for most hosted VoIP service providers, they bundle in a call path with every single user. And you pay for it. So you pay a little bit more, you don't realize it, but it's because a call path is included. Well, that makes sense if you have a very tiny company, like a micro-sized company with 2 employees or 5 employees, because there's a very good chance with 5 employees that all 5 people will be on the phone at the same time. But if your company has 5,000 employees, there is a very small chance that 5,000 people are going to be on the phone simultaneously. In fact, I would guess that there's almost a 0% chance. In fact, you probably only need 500 phone call paths with 5,000 employees typically. So unbundled pricing, number one, is going to save you a ton of money if you're a large retail organization, because instead of paying $20 per month per user, you're going to pay something like $5 to $10 per month per user, and then only like maybe $20 per month per call path that you actually need. So by that, using that type of pricing, you'll have a much lower monthly cost with a large retail organization. So that's number one. Number two is decide if you need a key system functionality. So a key phone system is an old term for an old phone system where you could have line 1, line 2, line 3. So if a call comes in at one of your retail locations, if they like to put it on call park and put it on line 1 and say, hey, Jim, call for you on line 1. They like to make an announcement maybe over a loudspeaker. So Jim can go to any phone anywhere, maybe in a warehouse or maybe in a back stock room phone or things like that, and pick it up and hit line 1 and take that call. If that functionality is important to you, there are companies that specialize in creating that with just a single button push. Some companies say, oh, we can do that, but it takes 2 or 3 buttons to do it. You don't want that. You want a single button push to be able to put a call on hold on line 1 and announce over the loudspeaker that Jim needs to take a call on line 1. So there are companies who specialize in that. The last thing I would recommend that you do if you're a large retail organization is look for hosted VoIP service providers who offer a low price extension, maybe an extension without voicemail. A lot of times large retail organizations, they don't need voicemail at a lot of their extensions at the different retail stores. They just need a live extension where people can answer incoming calls, but maybe voicemails go to corporate or something like that. They don't really need voicemail necessarily. Or maybe they don't need a lot of other features. They just want it very, very simple. So find a hosted VoIP service provider that offers a very inexpensive, low frills, no thrills option for extensions for your retail sites. Maybe, or at least one of the extensions at each retail sites needs something very basic. That'll drive costs down quite a bit. So number one, look for unbundled pricing. Number two, look for providers who can maybe provide key system functionality. And number three, look for providers who offer low-priced extension options for for extensions that maybe don't need a direct number, maybe don't need voicemail, maybe don't need a lot of features. Which providers are good for that stuff? Well, it depends on your other requirements. That's where I come in. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm a broker for all the different hosted VoIP service providers. Call me, email me. I'm happy to give you my recommendations of the 3 to 5 hosted VoIP companies your business should be quoting and why. And the nice thing is our company does not charge you a dime for our recommendations. So don't waste hours on Google trying to find these companies. You'll never find the right ones and you'll waste a ton of your time. Don't do it. Just call me, shoot me an email. I'm happy to give you some great recommendations and get you started out on the right foot. I'll also introduce you to these companies and make sure you're talking to the right people within these organizations. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.